Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently trading at 46,716, down 0.92%. Ethereum trading at 3237, down 1.09%. Looking at the Ethereum token, Sushi is up 9.72%. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing and create real wealth for yourself and those you love. Henry David Thoreau put it really well. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Real wealth is about having many things, such as inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning. It's much more than just money. One of the biggest boundaries between you and real wealth and financial wealth, prosperity, is fear. Wayne Gretzky said it really well. You always miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. It takes a lot of courage to get into the crypto market. Crypto is so volatile. I'll just explain the KS zone analysis model. These are the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable. Let's have a look at the fear zone. Fear zone is the first zone. The next zone is the blame zone. Third, patience and rule zone. Fourth zone is the meaning zone. The fear zone is all about listening to tips, advice from other people, getting caught in FOMO or FUD. No analysis is a really good way to become very, very fearful. If you're guessing and hoping and praying, you're probably in the fear zone. People in the fear zone ignore the whole market. They ignore groupings and sectors. They ignore the position that crypto is in terms of the cycle. They exclude all other things except their beloved altcoins. They focus on a particular group and ignore the rest. Some people in the fear zone have just this feeling, this knowing that they will fail. And of course, the brain is all about proving you right at all times. That can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Most people in the fear zone really want to buy cheap and low. You ask, how low can a particular coin go? The answer is to zero. Unfortunately, it's like any stock as well. The fear zone is also characterized by going all in. Don't want to miss anything, just throw all your money in there. It's all about buying at market. There's no patience, you just need it done now. Of course, there's constant checking because there's so much fear, and that can lead to sleeplessness. And the most important thing is wanting very, very high returns and wanting them now. All of those things exhibit zone 1 behavior, the fear zone. It takes courage and knowledge to move out of the fear zone into the blame zone. It kind of sounds funny, doesn't it? But it's just a natural thing that happens. Zone 1 is all about fear, inertia. Zone 2 is all about blame. When you get into probabilistic fearlessness, zone 3, you have patience, many rules. Things get better. Our community exists to help people to get to zones 3 and especially zone 4. We're focused on zone 4 thinking. One thing to keep in mind is success exists outside your fear zone. That's zone 1. All the good stuff in life is in zone 2, 3, and 4, especially zone 3 and 4, not so much in zone 2. A community member reached out to me earlier today and said that he received an email, a direct email from this fake account. The fake account was Ken Trading KS with our logo, our community's logo. This is all 100% fake. Crypto Trading KS is not Ken Trading KS, it's Crypto Trading KS. When I respond on YouTube, you will see a very, very definite pill. That's the technical term for it, but it's basically a comment highlight. The important thing to note is I will not reach out to you directly like this. There are so many ways that you can talk directly to me, and I love to chat to people. You can talk to me on Twitter, on Facebook. There's no problem. There's many options and avenues open to you. Be very aware of this. This particular scammer is very good. He actually, or she, indicated or replicated my style incredibly well. That's really actually scary. The only donation link we have is this, buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. That is the only thing, and it's completely voluntary. A lot of very beautiful community members reached out, and I want to thank those people from the bottom of my heart. It's so beautiful to receive that kind of encouragement and that love and that gratitude. It's really touching. This is the only link. If you are getting pulled into something else, please just reach out to me directly. I really want to know so I can warn the community. In episode 191, The Trend, I go through the Wall Street Journal headlines. I thought it would be really good to give you a really rapid run through of crypto news. Bitcoin eyes $50,000 breakout despite the most greed since the all-time highs. We can fact check that. We know that's not correct. For example, the greed has been 72, 72, 71, and 4 days ago it was 76, extreme greed. So we know this is not quite correct. Analysts say 46,500 is a key level for Bitcoin to flip to support. Let's check that out really quickly. Okay, we're looking at Bitcoin's technical analysis. We can see currently Bitcoin is trading at $46,830. This line that they talk about, 46,500, is not actually a key support line at all. This is a key support line down around this zone. Price could actually come down about 7.7% to $43,000 and still maintain its current upward bullish momentum. It could also come down 10.3% down to around 42,000 and still be no problem whatsoever. We know the price moves in waves inside our community. We're not worried about things like this. Even if price was to decrease from those current levels down to either 43,000 or 42,000, it would still be very healthy. We can see Leontech is expanding the crypto offerings in Europe, that Ether is more popular than Bitcoin in Singapore. Go ETH. Traders seek hefty gains from altcoins while Bitcoin price consolidates. That's really interesting. We're going to look at that later too. Walmart seeks crypto product lead to drive digital currency strategy. Nice. Microsoft wants to use Ethereum blockchain to fight piracy. That is really positive news for Ethereum. US State Department offers up 10 million in crypto rewards to white hat hackers. These are the headlines from Cointelegraph. Let's have a quick look at CoinDesk headlines. Bitcoin showing signs of short-term fatigue. Bitcoin is getting tired. Near $50,000 ahead of possible continuation. Continuation just means it will continue to go up. Congressman McHenry, Thompson call SEC Chairman Gensler's remarks on crypto concerning Solana and Terra hitting all-time highs. We're going to look at that one later as well. Walmart again. Retail giant Walmart seeking to hire digital cryptocurrency lead. NYDFS is hiring a new deputy superintendent for virtual currency. Wow! Following Superintendent Linda's departure. Small fine print. Shenzhen. People's Bank of China launches cryptocurrency, crypto trading cleanup. Really interesting. We'll look at that too. Spanish securities watchdog warns 12 firms for non-regulation. I think this is a really, really important concept. In your country, please check if the exchanges you're using are actually licensed. That is really important. Always be safe. Do your due diligence. If the government has banned them, that could be a little bit of grief going and putting any money into them. I'm particularly interested in this. China's central bank vowed earlier in August to keep high pressure on crypto trading. We know that it basically expelled the miners from China. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Let's go into that. Let's fact check that news. Looking at bit nodes, this is a live map of reachable nodes in the Bitcoin network. We can see quite a lot of nodes in the US, quite a lot in Europe, some in China, and some in various parts of the world. This is also from bitnodes.io. We can see for Bitcoin nodes, there is 12,308 nodes. We can see a clustering in America, in Europe, not much in China. Now, what's interesting to me, for many years, I lectured first and second year statistics. One thing that I always look at is representation and consistency of data. Just went with the job. What I see here, United States, 14.33% of these nodes. Germany, 14%. But hang on a sec, 41.44%? Oh, I wonder if those nodes are in China. Let's check it out. Let's look at Chinese nodes. Here we are on China nodes. We can see Guangdong Province, Alibaba Advertising, China Unicom, Alibaba. Ooh, many Alibabas, many Tencents, Alibabas, Guangdong Mobile. Very interesting. Okay, so it is quite fascinating to know that the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party, did a very big crackdown on both Alibaba and Tencent and the IT sector in general. But what does it tell us about hash rate? We know that when the China miners closed down, we saw this absolute plummeting of hash rate. It's starting to recover. The news tells us that those miners have gone to Kazakhstan and Texas primarily, and pretty much all of China's closed down. Of course, there's some activity, but not much. So let's fact check that. Hang on a second, you say. What's going on here? According to the Chain Bulletin Bitcoin mining map, which is current to the minute, 65% of the overall hash rate is still coming from China. North America, 7.2%. This is a little interesting. If we zoom in here, we know Germany is quite large. 0.56% of the hash rate from Germany. The number of nodes and the hash rate are not directly comparable, are they? So what do you think about this article now? China's central bank vowed earlier in August, that's funny, August, to keep high pressure on crypto trading. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Because of my background in mathematics, I don't take the press's word for anything. And because of my background lecturing statistics for so many years, I just look at article headlines. Indeed, any graph put out by the media, I immediately question the data. I really want to go into the source and get the integrity of the source data. I hope that has shone a little bit of light on what is actually happening right now. It's quite different from the picture that the media has created. Rule 174, the T-cube method, trend, timing, and trigger. We're going to look at trend right now. Just tell you a little bit of background on a little bit of a hidden gem. These rules I created over 20 plus years of trading. Each rule cost me a lot of money because first I didn't know it. And when I created the rule, it actually started to make me money. This is why Zone 3 is not just patience, but it's all about rules. It's about probabilistic fearlessness. Anytime you see a rule, you know that's a Zone 3 rule. Returning to Rule 174, the T-Cube method, we're going to look at timing. Using Rule 1122, the KS method. Investment substitutability is a really important thing with putting money in for a return. Investors could put money into the stock market. The S&P 500 is a good proxy for that. It's up 32% over the past 12 months. Gold, precious metals, down 11% over the past 12 months. And Bitcoin is up 277%. Obviously, crypto is really attractive to people. Crypto total market cap is currently $1.993 trillion. We can see a partial or a failed liftoff attempt just here. This upward support line was supporting price really well. We were almost getting a takeoff with this support line. Now we've had a partial failure, but it's seeking to take off again. We'll just keep our eyes on this. Looking at Bitcoin's technical analysis, Bitcoin is currently trading at 46,800. It's just above support at 46,566. There's a lower support level at 45,830, at 45,000, 44,602, 43,853, 43,249. The reason that I read out those support levels, if you've just joined the community, and of course welcome if you have, the reason we read out that is because they're particular levels that we can place buy orders at. We're in the right part of the cycle for Bitcoin. You can see the trend video to understand exactly where we are in the cycle. Realistically, the key structural line is coming in around the $43,249 mark. Even if price whips below it and comes back up, that's still maintaining the overall bullish trend of the market very, very well. It's just a retest. A bit of a hidden gem. If you're looking at Bitcoin, you may say, I don't know if this thing is going up or going down. Another question might be, why am I even looking at Bitcoin? I just want to go to my beloved alt and give it a cuddle and just see what it's doing. I don't want to know about Bitcoin. Actually, the problem is Bitcoin moves the market. Alts, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. That's Rule 45. One way to detect if a particular alt or Bitcoin or any other alt is under pressure, either upward or downward pressure, is to look at the futures markets into the perpetuals. Here we've got Bitcoin. This is from bybit.com, bybt.com. If you're new to the channel, I always share the links. I really want you to succeed. That's what all this is about. You can see the shorts here, $10.42 billion worth of shorts. This is only 2.38 billion. We can see a mass of short focus here. This is really important to understand. When we go to the futures, we're really seeing how different contracts, different futures contracts into the future expire. This particular reading here, 210924, is the 24th of September 2021, 24th of the 9th, 24th of the 9th. These are all clustering September. You can see all of these ones are ending on the 24th of September. We go through and look at this particular chunk. We see 300 million, 450 million, 310 million, as opposed to 60 and 14. Of course, the shorts are showing the pressure. This is all saying we expect the price to be under pressure for Bitcoin going forward. What does that mean for this particular technical analysis? It means that if you do TA, technical analysis, just off the chart, you are missing so much information. we can see underneath the hood into the engine of crypto, there is downward price pressure present. It would be no surprise if price comes down from the current level even to 42,000. That would be really healthy. We're at a really good stage in the bull run. This is just a way to amass cheaper Bitcoin and cheaper cryptos too. It's awesome if the price comes down. We can also look at the options. Bitcoin options currently expiring at the end of August, at the end of the month, have total open interest of 29,503.4, a put call ratio of 0.60, a max pain price of 40,000. Max pain is where the majority of options expire worthless. We can note a couple of spikes up here from 50 to 55,000. That's really interesting to keep in mind. Returning to KS zone analysis, Zone 3 is all about rules and patience and probabilistic fearlessness. Every single episode, I am sharing rules and tips and gems with you all throughout the videos. Unless you watch to the end, you're going to miss a lot. Rules-based thinking is the path to success. Did you ever watch the film Karate Kid? It's such a cool film. The sensei, Mr. Miyagi, taught karate to the student Daniel. And what happened? Daniel was doing menial tasks, wax on, wax off, paint the fence this way, very specific ways. I'm doing exactly the same thing with you right now. I'm showing you a lot of data, letting it seep in, letting it become part of how you think. It's so valuable to you. You will know more than just about anyone else in crypto. You will see it as you progress. Let's have a look at Ethereum's technicals. Ethereum is currently trading at 32.36. It's just above support at 32.22. There's support below at 30.87, 29.88, 29.13, 28.48, and strong structural support at 27.96. Now, what are we looking at here? There's a lot of lines there. What we're actually seeing is there was a band of support. Ethereum broke outside that band, but it always comes back to touch the band. This is quite common. That is an upward slanting support line. What we're seeing is preliminary takeoff. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. There's a whole lot of things that you will be seeing as you look deeper and deeper into these diagrams, as you become more familiar with what we do on the channel. We can see that price was taking off. It hit this resistance line. It got forced back to that support line. It's now coming back to a resistance, seeking to turn it to support. When price is below a line, what we say, that price is underneath resistance. When price is above, that line acts as a support line. What we want to see here is Ethereum's price get above 33.94, because getting above that resistance line will allow Ethereum to go to the next level. Just as we did with Bitcoin, we need to check Ethereum. What is the engine? How is the engine purring? I don't think it takes much to figure out that the engine is spluttering a little bit at the moment. This is all very short term. It doesn't mean that Ethereum is going to plunge to zero or anything like that. It's just right now. Shorts, 4.85 billion as opposed to 9,400,000 on the short side, about 5 billion, 1.5 billion, 1 billion, 1.7 billion, half a billion. You can see that there's a lot of downward pressure. Let's look at the futures. When we look at the futures ending September 24th, 2021, we can see what is the majority. Of course, it's short. It's really important to know that these literally change by the hour. We have to keep our eye on them, and we do that every single day. Going across to Ethereum options, this is from coinoptionstrack.com. Ethereum, looking at the contract expiring at the end of the month, total open interest 203,403, the put call ratio 0.7, max pain price $2,700. This is really like Mr. Miyagi with wax on, wax off. At the start, it may not make a lot of sense, but as you get more and more familiar with crypto, you're going to see things that other people simply don't see. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 391.66 million worth of liquidations across 107,082 traders. Over the past 12 hours, around 64% of liquidations were long liquidations. We're seeing no multi-billion-dollar liquidations at the moment. The last one, $1.2 billion in liquidations, occurred on the 8th of June. We're seeing now just moderate liquidations. Let's zoom in on the 15-minute time frame. We can see those long liquidations occurring back here. Turning to psychological safety and liquidations, the fear and greed index right now is 72, which is greed. 4 days ago, it was extreme greed. This is a chart that I put together to show you so much information. Extreme greed of 76 was registered here by this green line. We look back to past behavior of extreme greed. Extreme greed usually is a precursor to a sell-off or a top. We've got to be careful of extreme greed. We're just mindful, I guess, more than anything. Extreme fear is often an A-grade, fantastic buying opportunity. I'd like to share with you Rule 138. All investors become traders whenever they buy or sell. You have to be really, really careful about the news. When the trend was weakening for Bitcoin around the 14th of April, basically the media was saying, go all in, it will never be cheaper, the blow off top is coming, you will never get Bitcoin or cryptos more cheaply than what they are right now. Then we saw the market decrease by over 50%. When the media saw price was going down here to around the $30,000 level, there were so many stories about Bitcoin going to 10,000, 20,000, even $0. All the markets were broken, the bull market was over. From our analysis on this channel, which is done from an actuarial statistical perspective, as well as from a hardcore business perspective, we knew that that simply wasn't the case, unless there was a black swan, and that wasn't on the horizon. There are signs of things like that. We saw that the model was not broken at all. Bitcoin was just retracing because of various issues inside the market, such as the China miner and excess liquidity. We saw price starting to rally up. All the YouTubers said, wow, it's going to 500,000 to 700,000. But a week or two ago, they were saying the same YouTubers were saying it's going to 10 or 20,000. You can get very confused by the advice out there. That's why I say, always when you hear the media, close one eye, close one ear, and close off half your brain. It is a really good idea. Now, how does this relate to investing and trading? When you are pulled in by the news, people tend to buy at the top. When there's extreme fear, uncertainty, and doubt, people tend to sell at the bottom. If you've experienced that, you're not alone. That's quite normal, as people exist in that first zone. When they enter any market, zone 1, the fear zone, zone 2, the blame zone, it's very, very normal and natural. As you gain more and more levels, higher levels of knowledge, you can move into zone 3 and zone 4. That is the purpose of our community, to get you into zone 3 and especially zone 4. A very good thing to look at is the Bitcoin stablecoin supply ratio SSR oscillator, What this actually tells you, stablecoins are coming into the market, they're being deployed. That is, Bitcoin is being bought with this constant flow of stablecoins into the market. That is really, really healthy. We saw price come down, but the SSR oscillator come up. That means accumulation. This continued increase is driving this price. Quite a good thing to look at as well is the Bitcoin futures open interest across all exchanges. You notice as open interest rises and falls, what is the price doing? It's rising and falling. It's currently rising. As the number of crypto users grows and the market size will exceed $2 trillion, of course it's going to come under regulatory scrutiny, especially the stable coins, as governments set out to create their own CBDCs or central bank digital currencies. These stable coins are a threat to all governments, so they will be regulated. Let's have a look at Tether. Tether, 64 billion in market cap. USDC, nearly 30 billion in market cap. We can say that USDC is about half the market cap of Tether. That just helps you to contextualize. Stablecoins are really important to the crypto ecosystem. If there is a flight to safety for whatever reason, regulatory or investigation or whatever, for example, USDT, which is called Tether, we will see a drop in the circulating supply. We've seen a bit of an uptick recently. We would also see a drop potentially in USDC, BUSD, first, second, and third major stable coins. We're keeping our eye on this. We're not Bitcoin maximalists. We're very centered and focused on the middle path in this community. We just look at it and say we need to be aware of what is going on. There was rumors of a Department of Justice probe into Tether, especially their backing of US dollars to the circulating supply, the market cap of Tether. If we see any problems, you know how big Tether is. As of right now, it's $64 billion. If Tether has any problems, it will be detected in the futures markets, both perpetual and the futures. What will actually happen is that we'll get multi-billion-dollar shorting and multi-billion-dollar open interest. Right now, we're not seeing anything like that. 15 million in shorts is absolutely nothing for a $64 billion capitalization. We can see longs are utterly nothing as well. We detect no problems with the stable coins. In order to move into KS Zone 3, it's really important to look across so many different things, as you've seen. We're going to check out the top 7 and the percentage movers, both positive and negative, for the past 24 hours and 7 days as well. Top 7. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, Tether, XRP, and DOGE. Let's look at the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours. Audio, Luna, FTM, AVAX, Sol, NIA, and Sushi. Let's check out the greatest gainers over the past 7 days. Audio, Luna, Sol, Rev, FTM, Clay, and XRP. Let's go the other way and see the greatest losses over the past 24 hours. FTT, MIOTA or IOTA, EOS, RVN, Ravencoin, ONE, XRP, and ICP. Let's check out the greatest losses over the past 7 days. ICP, OKB, Nexo, Cell, AMP, FTT, and Tether is a stablecoin, so we just disregard that. Part of our community's edge is to look at Binance derivatives. I have the details of this in the description of the video. Please check it out. There's a lot of other links in there too. We can see 24-hour trading volume, 85.8 billion. 24-hour open interest, 10.3 billion. We're very interested in this percentage here. It gives us an understanding of how positive or negative price pressure is. We can see Bitcoin down around 1%. Let's see that relative to Ethereum, 1.6. So we see Ethereum is under relatively more downward negative price pressure than Bitcoin just at the moment. Let's check through the other ones, looking for things that are going up. Sol, 14.1%. FTM, 14.6%. AVAX, 12.9%. On this particular page, CTK, 21.6%. We can see NEAR, 12.8%. And nothing much on this page, just rounding out with the futures. Rule 302, study the top. Very good life lesson as well. If you want to know how to succeed anywhere, just study the top. The top alts are the best of the best. Now, why do I say that? Just check this out from CoinMarketCap. Total number of cryptos, 11,287. It just grows and grows every single day. We always look at the top 7 through Rule 302. It's really important. It will give guidance to where all the other alts are going. Let's have a look at the Binance top 15. They are ranked by percentage movement over the past 24 hours. We can see Sol has done really well. Look at this big up rally here. We saw the same thing with DOT. It's really important to understand the pivotal role that Bitcoin plays. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Therefore, the alts are moving in directional bias with Bitcoin. You can see this pattern is being followed by the majority of alts. These are the top 15. Of course, we always get outliers. That's why we do this analysis. We want to identify them. Solana has done well. DOT has done well. Number 3 is Binance Coin. 4, Bitcoin, followed by Link, Ethereum, Litecoin, ICP, Uni, MATIC, ADA, THETA, XLM, DOGE, VET, and XRP. A member of the community reached out and said, Ken, would you mind looking at Sol and Luna? And I said, of course. Let's have a look. It's very interesting to see Luna and Sol moving together under strength. They're doing really, really well. You can see Bitcoin is just squashed down the bottom in terms of relative percent movement. But however, always understand that the directional bias, the directional movement of Bitcoin is actually controlling all the other alts. You can see recently the price came down. That's because it came down in Bitcoin. It's just really, really important to be aware of that. Luna is up 48% and Sol is up 57% over the past 2 days. If we put the top 30 coins in here, you can see just how much Sol and Luna has outperformed practically everything. Well done to people holding Sol and Luna. You must be very happy. Binance Coin is currently 428.90. It's above support at 421.40, 405.99, 394.76 and 376.29. Basically anything above 366.66 will be a maintenance of the positive trend line. We can see BNB is coming up quite well. It has a lot of power in it currently. Looking at XRP's technicals, XRP is currently trading at 1.2024, above support at 1.1887, 1.1458, 1.1123, 1.0780, 1.0353. We can see that XRP's done quite well. It was rallying up very strongly. We know sharp angles reflect in our channel. We understand that rule. It just came back and it touched this secondary support line. No problem here at all. We understand that XRP is influenced by Bitcoin's gravity. Everything is influenced by Bitcoin's gravity. It's so important to understand that. Dogecoin recently broke above this resistance. Now that has turned to support. This support line is also holding quite well. Doge is currently trading at 33,136. Support below 32,535, 31,479, 30,729. Doge is really literally at first level takeoff with this clearing of resistance and this upward support line. We must keep our eye on what Bitcoin does, but the technicals are looking really good. We can see dots, Polkadot. Its technicals are very similar to Doge. Let's just go back to Doge for a sec. Can you see that confluence of pattern? This is really good for your eye. You always want to train your eye to detect different price patterns. Let's have a look at this. We've got one angular line. We've got a resistance above. We've got a second level. We could call that like first and second over resistance. When we look at Polkadot, we've got the same kind of thing. First, second, over resistance. Very interesting, isn't it? This is all about your pattern recognition. Pattern recognition plays a big role in Zone 3. Patience and rule zone. Doge is a little different from DOT in this sense. Doge broke out, came back and tested that cradle. That's what I call a cradle. DOT broke out, came back, but is not testing that cradle right yet. That to me actually shows a lot of strength in DOT currently. DOT is currently trading at 26,067. Support below at 25,313, 24,936, 24,302 and 23,579. Let's have a look through ICX. ICX had a monthly resistance line. It's now turned to support. It has a very strong weekly support line. We have fresh air, positive air. That shows strength. It's really interesting. We also have a daily and 8-hour resistance line here. You can see Icon tried to get up, but it was rejected by the selling pressure of that line above. That's what resistance does. It pushes down price. Support pushes up price. ICX is currently trading at 128.94. It's looking really good. As soon as it gets over this resistance at around 140, it's going to do very well. Let's have a look at THETA. THETA is currently trading at 7,891. Support below 7,706, 7,188, 6,779 and 6,490. What we see is some really interesting patterns. Remember back to Doge with this kind of makeup and DOT with the same type of makeup, just some slight variations. When we look at THETA, it's just kind of getting going, isn't it? It's really fascinating to understand these patterns. This is why you must look at as many charts, top charts, as you can. It will make you a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. And that's what this community is all about. We can see here, THETA's been really well supported. Now it has this up channel of support. THETA's current price is just crossed above that resistance. Admittedly, it's coming back, but it's still above it right now. We would expect THETA, if Bitcoin rallies, if Bitcoin goes up, or even if it consolidates, it's quite possible that money will be taken out of Bitcoin through profit taking, which would actually decrease Bitcoin's price, and recycled into the alts. Let's keep our eye on THETA. I think it's really fascinating setup chart. Let's check out ADA. ADA is currently trading at 209.51. Support below 202.74, 194.79, 18500 and 173.82. We can see that ADA went into party mode. It really partied hard. It took the first level of takeoff and then went to the second level and then to the third. It's basically said, I'm tired, I need a break, I've drunk too much. It's just chilling in the corner at the moment. It's coming down a bit in price, but hey, it's partied hard. Everybody needs a break after partying hard. It's just accumulating power to go for its next move. If you are interested in ADA and you were caught in zone 1, in the fear zone, you may be thinking all sorts of things. When you get up to zone 3 and zone 4, you think different kind of things. I'll show you what different things you might be thinking. You would be definitely thinking rule 307, excitement is a delayed fill. How strange. I thought excitement was something that you instantly got. Actually, it's not. When you get to zone 3 and zone 4, you don't want that kind of excitement. This kind of excitement drives you broke. You want the kind of excitement that is all about self-discipline and self-control. But really, it's all about profitability and truth. So how does excitement with a delayed fill actually get applied in practice? In our community, we seek to buy at support levels. That's why I read out so many. Placing support buy orders in here is called layer buying because there's all sorts of different layers. You let price come to you. You are so cool. You don't chase after price. You let price come to you. You guessed it. Let price come to you is a rule. It's rule 94. You can see many lines drawn across these different charts. I would suggest that you have a look at episode 93, drawing structural support and structural resistance lines. I take a particular alt and just mark it up for you in quite a fun way. It will teach you a lot and help you tremendously. One of the things is that you don't need to buy indicators if you can mark up the charts in this manner. You can always buy indicators later if you wish. Indicators can be quite good, but it's always important to understand how to do it first. Also, episode 107, how to read crypto thumbnail charts and develop an edge using 100 examples. That is also a pretty cool thing to look at. That's episode 104. I think I said 107. It's 104. 104 thumbnail charts and episode 93 drawing support, structural support and structural resistance. They're both really valuable things to get you into zone 3. Let's have a look at MATIC, Polygon. You can see this channel of support running through here. There was a bit of weakness, admittedly, back here, but price rallied above that channel and now it's up here. Look at this liftoff, potential liftoff pattern that we're getting right now. This is why it's so important to check other top alts. The alts move as a pack, but not all at the same time. They're staggered. If you can understand the patterns and how they relate to each other, you're going to absolutely succeed in this market. MATIC is currently trading at 154.79, support below 148.574, 136.913 and 126.610. There's of course support in between those that you could do as well. To me, when I look at this chart, I see Polygon lagging the others. That means that if Bitcoin repairs, or alternately if Bitcoin consolidates and we see Polygon getting above this 156.180 mark and turning it to support, the fireworks could go off in MATIC. Inside our community, we're really different from just about everybody else. We're all about real wealth, and as Henry David Thoreau knew all the way back in 1856, wealth is the ability to fully experience life, and that's what it's all about. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing this video with friends and family to help them to be more of a financial blessing to themselves and those they love. Thank you to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from, and if you have any questions. I always do my best to read every single comment, and I take them all really seriously. I want to help wherever I can. If you would like updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. You can also join on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. I've left details in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.